Fundamental Chromatic, because the founder is resourceful, passionate, and compassionate, empathetic, experienced, knowledge seeking at all times, wise, and courageous. The founder is emotionally strong and leads with all the love she can offer. Connection is important, and she is skilled in this matter. Care and compassion are too, and she grows this level of aptitude daily as she meets new people who need someone to help support them, guide them, share with them advice, help them to open up and trust someone for the first time in a long time or ever in their life. Who will trust Fundamental Chromatic to bring real change to our communities? Will you? Will your family trust us? This example of the water treatment plant is a seed and a lead to the passion that drives our society's footsteps. Our actions speak louder than our words, but our words matter so much too. What we can do is be the change, give our change, and invest our prayer time on gratitude, hope, and love for our neighbors and our youth. Skipping ahead a few pages, let me see. I wish I could show. Let's see. As long as I kept on my medication, stayed in therapy, and agreed that my treatment story was lifelong, I would be okay. And during some of the hardest moments of my life, I began to notice something important. Many people around me were surviving too, some silently, some loudly, some through homelessness, some through addiction, some through grief, some through trauma, some through mental illness, some through poverty, some through loneliness so deep it changed the way they saw themselves. I began realizing suffering and struggling to survive was everywhere, not because people were weak, but because life can become unbearably heavy without support, compassion, opportunity, or hope. That realization changed me. Instead of becoming hardened by pain, I became more aware of it in others. I found myself wanting to encourage people, to uplift them, to remind them they mattered, to help them access resources that could change their lives, to become the kind of person I once needed myself. Not because I had everything figured out, but because I understood what it felt like to feel overwhelmed, unseen, and emotionally tired while still trying to survive. There were days I questioned myself, days I felt discouraged, days where fear, grief, stress, uncertainty, or exhaustion tried conceiving me to stop dreaming altogether. But deep down, I kept feeling called towards something greater than survival alone. I did not want my pain to become meaningless. I wanted it to become understanding, compassion, purpose, light for someone else walking through darkness, and slowly, piece by piece, that light began growing inside me. Not all at once, not perfectly, but enough to help me continue forward. Enough to help me believe maybe my story was not ending in survival. Maybe it was preparing me to help others find hope too. This that I read is a couple pages in two different sections of Where the Water Changed Everything by Chelsea Cramer, creator of Camille Smile Inspires. It's sold on Amazon, and this is the hard copy, the hardcover copy. And it's also sold paperback, and it's also sold ebook. It's not yet an audiobook, but we as in me, I am working on getting an audiobook put together. I just have to go through the process, and honestly, I forgot about it until now. I forgot I even wrote a book. I have memory problems. But I want to share this book with y'all because I think that it's inspiring, uplifting, and it helps inspire people to give, to volunteer, to be a part of Fundamental Chromatic, because Fundamental Chromatic is not my organization. I may have started it. I may be the founder and the CEO, the manager, whatever you want to call it. But the organization is a public entity, a 501c3, meaning nobody owns it other than the community. The community that it serves owns it. And if I can be like convincing y'all to be a part of Fundamental Chromatic, we could make beautiful changes. We could help so many people. We could build housing. People could donate land. People could donate old homes. I know there's people out there that have things that they don't even utilize anymore and that they're willing to give away. But most people give all of their money and all of their assets and all of their gifts to organizations that are already paying their CEO millions of dollars. Therefore, they have the money they need to do a lot of change. But instead of utilizing it for the people they were meant to serve, they're paying their CEO leaders millions of dollars a year. That millions of dollars, I mean, you can house maybe 30, 40 people with $1 million. I'm not saying we'd have the whole million, because of course the CEO should make and earn a lot of money because they do a lot of work. They have an organization that is helping people and they do a lot of work. I'm not saying they don't deserve money. They do deserve money. They deserve a couple $100,000 a year, but $1 million or more, that's ridiculous. Yet people still give to these organizations. People think that just because an organization is bigger that they must be doing more. Well, that's not true, because Fundamental Chromatic is a small organization with only me as the employee for now. And actually, I'm a volunteer. I'm not even an employee right now. And I go to the streets personally and I connect people to resources. I have been through homelessness. I've been through poverty. I still struggle to keep a roof over my head, but I know and have the heart and the ambition and the resourcefulness and the knowledge to create change, because I know what it takes to go from struggling and addicted to many substances and alcohol to being a founder and a CEO of an organization. Whether successful or not, it can be successful with y'all's help. I cannot be successful by myself. Nobody can be successful by themselves. And if they can, more power to you. But most people need support. And that's what Fundamental Chromatic is about. Being that support to people that have nobody in their corner. That have nobody to help them. That have nobody to listen to them. They're alone. And it feels like nobody cares. It feels like nobody thinks these people matter. And they do. It's not their fault that they struggle with their mental health. Their brain works differently than everybody else's. My brain works differently than everybody else's. And if it wasn't for my friends that I was lucky enough to have and I still have, that got me to a mental crisis center and got me to a hospital and I got the help that I needed, I wouldn't be here today. I would probably be dead or worse, addicted. And like, I've been through a lot and I know what it takes to see the brighter days. I know what it's like to see a lot of bad things, but I also know what it's like to have Jesus and have the hope in my heart that nobody will suffer in poverty anymore. There are millions of people in the United States. There's hundreds of thousands in Colorado, or maybe even more. And if we could all give 0.4 or 0.04% of our income to Fundamental Chromatic to help build affordable housing and to help people access opportunities that'll help them achieve a better life experience, aka resources that are here in the community that they cannot access by themselves, then we could end poverty, at least in Colorado. And if this pilot program is successful, this opportunity program, if it's successful, we can broaden it to the region and then to the United States, and we could end poverty. Poverty is rooted in mental health challenges, sometimes physical health challenges, a lot of times physical health challenges and mental health challenges, and social challenges, which are usually derived from the mental health. So our biopsychosocial health is the fundamental reason why we have homelessness and poverty. If we can get people the help that they need and help them build a bridge to the resources that they need to access and walk them to them, then we can end poverty. There is people that even with medication, they may not ever thrive without our help. Even with medication, they may never thrive without our help. We all have the purpose, and it is our will to help these people survive and thrive, because it's only fair, right, and just. And that's what America is about. What is fair, what is right, and what is just. If we cannot be there for our neighbors, our siblings in Christ, then who are we to say anything about anything? We have no right to even show our face if we can't help our neighbor that's in need, that's struggling mentally. That is how God made them, or that is how something has happened to them and it has resulted in this. But it's not their fault. They don't choose to do drugs. The drugs are a coping skill, a poor coping skill at that, but it's a way of self-medicating. They don't want to do drugs. It would be better if they were on prescription medication. But either way, if you don't believe in medication, I'm telling you now, medication saved my life. And there is people that must be on medication. I'm not a doctor, but I have experience, and I know that there is people that must be on medication. And because they don't have the medication or the diagnosis they need, they're self-medicating. Come on, Costello. Come on. And there's nothing that will stop them because they feel better whenever they're using substances. There's nothing that's going to stop them except getting the help that they need. I'm not saying call 911 every time you see somebody yelling at the top of their lungs in the middle of the street to nobody but themselves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying listen to these people, be a support, or donate and help support Fundamental Chromatic do the work. I'm willing to do the work. I would love to hire more people all over the U.S. to do this work with my leadership. Leadership from somebody that's been there and been through the depths and hit rock bottom and got out of it. So if you can donate to Fundamental Chromatic, if you can, this started with the book. I will leave the link to the book, and part of the proceeds from the book gets contributed to Fundamental Chromatic. Will be contributed to Fundamental Chromatic as soon as the money is earned. At the end of every month, past the money being earned, it's donated. Some of it is donated to Fundamental Chromatic. So you buying my book not only supports me and my ability to survive and maybe thrive, it also supports Fundamental Chromatic in bringing hope to the streets, bringing hope to darkness, bringing hope to where despair has laid in rest for a long time. If you will, please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and please comment and let me know if you plan to help. And if you have already, I'd love to thank you. So thank you and have a great day. Please support Fundamental Chromatic. Please support this book. Please pray for the people that are suffering, that Fundamental Chromatic can bring them hope and lead them to change. Thank you. Bye.